Welcome back to Songs of Six. We are continuing our playthrough. Last time we left off with the laboratory under construction. We are producing furniture for our people, and we have the problem that food is rather on the short end. So we will need much more food for our people to survive. We have 8 livestock and we're still producing the grain farm. So in anticipation of the grain farm finishing, we will set up one of our most important production buildings. We will set up a bakery. And one neat little trick you can do once you've built a production building that you like. Oh, we have not yet built a refinery, I'm sorry. Yes. Other than that, a neat little trick, if I wanted to build a tailor, for example, and I've already built a carpenter, I can just press shift and click on the building and I copy the whole building. And what I then can do over there, I can switch to this being a tailor. Sadly, I cannot do that for the bakery because the bakery is a refining building, so I can copy these and switch them over, but not a crafting building. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to nestle it in right here with our carpenter, and I'm going to take the same old layout I have with the carpenter. And I'll just build a few ovens. Those are the production buildings. The auxiliary ovens are for the efficiency. So, okay, we are at 100%. Now we just need a storage where we can store our bread. Okay, that's a bit unfortunate. I want a bigger storage because bread is something that is being produced in larger quantities. But with some fiddling around, you can always fit it in nicely. Few more doorways and finish this our bakery. So now we just have to wait for our people to finish building, and I think that's the first time in this playthrough I will throw in a little time lapse for you. Okay, we are back. The bakery is finished and our grain farm is finished. People are working now that we have 850 area. I have employed 8 people over here. For now I don't have many bakers, I'll leave it at 1, simply because the grain farm needs to produce grain. We don't have grain yet. We are still living off of the land, so I'm hunting animals from time to time. I'm a bit more careful with the aurochs, simply because they seem to be capable of defending themselves and we don't want to lose too many. What I'm now doing is I'm waiting for more furniture. I want to store at least 200 furniture so we can upgrade our warehouse. Most buildings in this game can be upgraded, so the carpenter can be upgraded, for example. The bakery can be upgraded twice. The warehouse can be upgraded. Even the toilets can be upgraded. Most buildings get a production boost or a capacity boost, or the public services, they just provide better services, so my people would have more fulfillment under the services tab. Example, the limit now is 50% fulfillment on the lavatories. If I upgrade the lavatories, it would be 100%. So overall, you do want to upgrade things, but it's not a priority in the beginning. We'll need a few more workers. Still no maintenance at all? Is there something changed about it? I don't know. Normally the janitor would have a lot to do. He would have to maintain the roads and stuff, but at the moment it seems like he's chilling. So now we wait for 200 furniture, then we can upgrade the settlement. In the meantime, we have 6 odd jobbers, we can let them clear some rocks. Wood shouldn't be a problem in the near future, because we have a ton of wood lying around over here. Next steps are probably for me to increase the size of this auroch pasture. I'm quickly checking the map. It's a funny little mountain over here with all the deposits. We won't make use of it probably. The clay deposit down here, on the other hand, could be useful in the near future. So if you need wood, there is a building for it, the woodcutter. Problem is, in the previous versions, this building was extremely inefficient. It was always just better to cut down some trees. So we'll see how this has changed, or if it has changed at all. To make our people a bit happier, we could also give them more furniture, like some furniture for the houses, like furniture. They would also like fabric, jewelry and pottery, but I think we can't reasonably get rid of furniture for the moment. So I'll fast forward a bit, just until we have the 200 furniture. Okay, 190 furniture, so now we can click this button. And what you will see is that currently 1 crate of wood gives me a capacity of 80, so 10 crates is 800 wood. If I upgrade this, it is 300 per crate, so the efficiency shoots up. The third upgrade is less important. You need pottery and cut stone for that. Then 1 crate, instead of giving 300 capacity, gives 500. But the first upgrade from 80 to 200 to 300 is very, very worth it. We are running low on food again. Let's send out a few brave people to hunt some aurochs for us. One of them died. But the others provided our nation with some food. A lot of food actually. In the beginning that is one of the best ways to get more food. So what I'm going to do now is I will refurbish this room. And I will expand it. With the pastures you cannot have these singular rooms, these singular places. It would tell you that it is too small and it does not want you to build it. So now we need a few huts. This will take a while, but once this is finished and fully stocked with livestock, which will take a long time, we will produce a lot of food and a lot of leather. What we can do now in the meanwhile is we can activate the laboratory job, so my people can start to build a laboratory. Another service we can provide our people with easily is under distribution a marketplace. Okay, it seems all my livestock has perished. I have none in my stores. I have none in here. So the only thing we can do to get some cows for our farm is to trade. So I will go to the neighbor, Unalaska, diplomacy. I will demand some livestock from them. They will be very reluctant, it seems. I'll demand like 20 pieces. And the only thing we can offer them in return reasonably is leather and stone, wood. Okay, it's equal. Now there should be a caravan coming in, as you saw last episode when I made the slightly buggy mistake when I found the exploit. So now the caravan is coming in. It will dump the livestock in my stores. Here it is. And they should be putting it in there. Oh no, I know what happened. The market is taking all my livestock. Yeah, the market, there's a few races. The Telapis, for example, they want livestock as furniture, and so the market was storing up livestock. So we can now employ more ranchers. 8 humans want to join us, we let them in and we get a new title. The laboratory has finished and wanted to employ every single person in my city. We'll leave it at 4 researchers for now, scientists. And what they are doing is they are creating this resource over here, technology. What we can do with technology is we can unlock technologies. As crazy as it seems. So the first tech I will take is entertainment. I will provide my people with some stages. And the unique thing about this game is the tech system is an upkeep. So I have 44 technology left. Should I throw out every single employee in here, we would go down to 0 technology, and the techs I've unlocked would, in here they would lock again, and I would not be able to build a stage. Which is what I'm doing now. So let's provide our people with a stage. This makes them very happy. It also means that I will need more living space. So what we can do now, if I don't want to copy this whole thing, I can just copy the area. I can paste the area, and we have a new little district in here. I'll leave a bit of space. Might even build it in over here. I think that's more to my liking. Let's give them a few more roads. Eight more humans want to join. I think we're good for now. I think we let them in, and we employ a few more people in the pasture. Okay, our neighbor wants to provide us with some drinks and a little bit of money as a gift. Sometimes you get gifts, sometimes they demand tribute from you. Just a bit of randomness when it comes to the diplomacy in this game. Lots of grain is lying around. Should people ever have no job, then they will carry stuff into the warehouses, but for now my people have plenty to do, so this stuff is just lying around here. Later on, under logistics, there's a few things like the transports where you can manually or at least automate it a bit more, so you can have designated people to gather this up and transport it. But that's late game stuff. For now we are so small, nothing can go wrong really. Okay, all our buildings are finished. My people even started carrying stuff into the warehouses. As you can see, we are full on wood, 800 grain in the stores, so my bakeries can work now. And I just saw, for the first time, we are producing more food than we are consuming. There's still a few workspaces left in the pasture, so we can employ a few more people here. Now we are getting quite happy. We have 54 people living in our city, 6 more want to join, let them in. So now we are consuming more food than we are producing. But that's not a problem, we have 4 days of food left. One thing we will need in the near future, I will remove the mass grave, is if we want to grow our population naturally, there's the procreation tab, and we can build human nurseries, for example. So what we would need is, we would need cloth, fabric, and we would need furniture and wood. And then there would babies would spawn in this house, and they can grow into children, we can send them to school, and so on and so on. Problem is, they want fruit. They need fruit as a food source. Babies can't just eat bread or meat even. So what we can set up for the future is a fruit orchard. I will leave a bit of space over here. And the fruit orchard is a bit different. We can't just place down trees. We can't just place it down and it is automatically filled. We have to place the trees. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it this way. Fertility 89%. And 98%, sorry. Okay, we can construct this one. This is just for the future. We need 28 fruit for that. Also something we will have to trade for. As you can see, those 4 scientists are producing a bit of science. The target is 404. And we have 288 at the moment. Yeah, here. So they will start to keep on producing a bit more science. My people start working on the fruit orchard over here. What we can do, since the throne we placed down in the beginning is in a mud building, we are just going to dismantle the building to keep our people happy. And now every building in our settlement is built out of stone. Later on we can place the throne somewhere else. The mechanics tied to the throne I think I'll explain at a later date. There's also some resources scattered around on the map. For example, there's some cotton over here, which we can designate to be foraged. So whenever this is fully grown, my people will run over there and gather up the resources and then bring them back into our warehouses, just so we can get some cotton. We'll need a farm later, sooner or later. For now we're building the fruit orchard. Okay, so now we need fruit for this to finish. What I'm going to do is I will trade for fruit with my neighbor. So what I'm going to demand from them is 500 fruit. They want 10,000 for it. Let's give them all our leather. Let's give them the drinks they gave us. And some furniture. And this time we want all the money they can give us. So now there's a caravan coming in with a lot of fruit, which will be used to build this fruit orchard. Another thing we can do for our citizens to make them a bit more happy, just a teeny weeny bit, is we can build a few decorations. Torches are no good, we don't have metal, but we can build a few benches. Like in the plaza over here. Or next to the stage, so they can watch their favorite play. This just gives them a tiny bit of fulfillment. Okay, the fruit came in. So now they're building the orchard. So I'll fast forward a bit. Things are rather slow right now, just to not waste your time too much. Okay, the fruit orchard is finished. I let in 2 Dondorians, so we are branching out. We are not only humans anymore. I'll also let in 2 Dondorians. Dondorians are dwarves, or basically, they would love to live in the mountain. And they would like a cold climate, so the climate and map is not the best thing. They are also, stone buildings are okay. They would love grand buildings, or even mountains would be the best for their buildings. Plazas and highways we can provide. They get along with humans. Humans, on the other hand, get along with everyone. Food-wise, they are pretty compatible with our humans. They want bread, fish, and mushrooms, and the humans would like bread, meat, mushrooms, and eggs. Dondorians are pretty good crafters. So down here you can see the buildings they're good at. These arrows mean they are proficient at it, so they get a bonus. And as you can see, Dondorians are pretty good miners. And everything that is related to crafting is also pretty good. Humans, on the other hand, are pretty good farmers. And administrators and science people. So why did I let in some Dondorians? They get along with our humans and they are a bit better at crafting. So they are better at making furniture, for example, than our current people. We have a deficit on workers right now, so I will let in 8 humans, which will give us a new level. And this is the level in the previous versions, but I can see the tooltip here. There are lots of people in our surrounding that might be looking to take what is ours. This is the level that unlocks raids. So from now on, we can get raided. And this tooltip is new. Security 99%. So the chance of us being raided goes up with our riches, and this time around we get a tooltip on our riches, which is nice. Law is also a new tooltip. Very nice. So, about the fruit orchard, this building produces a metric boatload of fruit. The problem is it takes 56 days until the trees are grown and it starts producing fruit. So we have to... This is not something you can build if you have immediate food problems. We, on the other hand, are pretty good on food at the moment, so we can wait for all the fruit. Once this is starting to produce fruit, I will build a human nursery and we get our own citizens. So, we unlocked raids. What we can do is we can train our own soldiers, which is something we should very much do. And so I think I will use the space we have over here. The training grounds should be noisy if it didn't change. Yes, it emits noise. So I'll keep it away from my people. For now, I don't want to go overboard. Then we have a capacity of 24 for our soldiers to be trained up. We have pre-prepared 4 divisions you spawn with them once this unlocks. What this means is that your soldiers, all 200 citizens will train up to be soldiers. What I would recommend you do is just delete most of them. You do not want everyone to train, this will just take up way too much workforce. And then what you can do is you can select one division and you can edit them. So what you can do with this division, you can tell them what race you want to recruit. We want humans. You can give them a new banner. You can even design your own banner however you like. You can do some pixel art in here. Then you can tell them how much they should train. The maximum is 100%, which means they will train until they reach 100% training. With a basic training ground, that means they are professional soldiers and they will train all day, every day. You can tell them how much melee training or archery training they are getting. And down here you can select their equipment. They can wear one piece of body armor. So they can take leather armor, which has up to 4 pips, so you can armor them better or less. Every piece of equipment gives different stats, or you can give them plate armor. Plate armor is very expensive, but obviously protects a bit better. And then you can select weapons. There's two-handed weapons, which is the falxes, or the warhammers, or the bows. And what you can also give them is, you can give them the one-handed weapon with a falcata, with some shields. And you can also give them a falcata, shield and bow. So if you want the ultimate soldier, you would give them 100% melee training, 100% archery training. You'd give them full 8 pips of falcatas, 8 pips of shields. Okay, they can have shields or falcatas. So this is pretty nonsensical. They will train way too much. You can't train them up that fast. So my advice would be to either give them bows and leather armor and have them trained as archers, or to give them melee training, plate armor, no bows, and whatever weapon you desire. I personally like the two-handed weapons more, simply because I don't have to produce as much. So for this division, we don't have any weapons now. We just want 10 people with 10% training. Then you have to press accept and your preferences are saved. So once this training ground is finished, 10 people will join our army and 10 people will train up until they have 10% training. Okay, the training ground is finished. As you can see now, there's 10 conscripts in there. Training speed is 100%. You can upgrade the training grounds 2 times, then it's 200%, so your professional soldiers would only need to train half the time, which is quite nice. So what is happening now, they are recruits, and one of them is already a soldier. So after a few moments of training, they are not recruits anymore, they are soldiers. And what this does is, it lowers the chance of being raided. So we have a garrison of 4 people now, which is lowering our chance to be raided. My people are collecting cotton over here, but we don't have enough workers. So let us let in a few more humans. The services screen is also definitely bugged. We do not have a physician. We do not have fight pits. We do not have a grand arena. So as you can see, once a new update drops, things are strange in the beginning, to say the least. I also don't get this indicator over here, 21 housing. Since I'm quite certain we have a lot more than 21 free. What we can do now is we can build another housing block. The Nundorians are still not willing to move into any house. So we can't help them. They chose their own fate. If they want to live as homeless people, who are we to provide them with housing? To force them into housing even. Okay, so now we are getting some science. And we can take a look at our upcoming unlocks. What I want is paved roads, because those two tags over here are pretty important. Spoilage. What this does is, at the moment, should there be any food, meat lying on the ground, it would spoil at a rate of 100% per year. If we put it in a warehouse, it spoils at 50% a year. That is still quite a lot. So we take 2 levels of spoilage. And if we check it now, it is spoiling at 41% per year. Only the stored. This does not affect the food lying around on the ground. But a few levels have quite a big impact. We have 100 science left. So what we would also need is some services like the proper burial. What we can build now is, instead of a mass grave, we provide our people with a nice little graveyard. Through the graves, very respectful, that's what my people desire. 1 gravedigger is enough. And what this does is, under the religion tab, it gives them some fulfillment in respect to graveyards. What we can also provide them with is some religion. So my humans are split between Crater and Aethery, and the other ones are more like side religions. So what I'm going to build is just a shrine to Aethery. Sadly, I cannot nestle it in here. Let's take a bit of space away, so we have our shrine right next to the graveyard. I think that's quite fitting. Okay, things are running rather smooth. So what we can do now is we can copy the carpenter and make a tailor out of it. And we can start to produce our first clothing. Oh, okay, this is new. Names Erwin Vivekan and represent the sharpest claws. We come from a far off land and our mission is to spread joy and peace in the world of whole of six. Okay, they want some protection money. We decline. What we're going to instead do is let our people train a bit more. Because if it's really Garfimi attacking us, I'm not scared about them. Okay, we are attacking them. That is new. It's 5 of them, but they have plate armor and falcatas. I think my 10 people are probably getting slaughtered. Okay, so this is new. Before they would just attack your settlement, and now you can sally out and attack them this way, apparently. So this is what the combat in this game looks like. You can have your divisions, you can move them around, there's different commands. Then they will fight. In the later game you have thousands of soldiers, for now we have 10 against 5. So if I take a look at them, we can see what they're carrying, and those Garfimi, the Horde of a Minion, they have 3 plate armor and they have 3.2 falcatas. I think that's between them. Morale is 3.6, they do a lot of damage, and my unarmored humans here, yeah. Let's start the battle. It will be rather short. Equipment matters massively in this game. Okay. They will now make contact. And in a short while you will see this number, which is my soldiers. The numbers in the top left are the enemies. Combat is rather slow in this game, so I'll fast forward a bit. But there is no doubt in my head that my people will die horribly. Yes, the first one fell. Because my people just can't do damage against them. 2 dead. They are still looking good. All the blood down there is my blood. You can see some purple blood, so we are doing damage. Okay, 3 of my guys are dead, 4 or 5, and that's it. Yeah. We must pray for mercy. Okay. Some vacancies in my there are some vacancies in the job market in my little city, so we will train up some more. So now we could muster more soldiers. But the big problem is, what are they doing? They're building a catapult, okay? I don't think we can even train them up that quick. Okay, here they are. Yeah, they are rather slow, but I don't have any soldiers, so let's fast forward. My people are staying in their homes as to not be killed. Here they are, and once they reach my throne, it's over. And they get their demands. So they're moving through here, and here is the throne. And they took 45% of my warehouse stock. That is crazy. But now my people will leave their homes again and resume their lives. I mean, it didn't hurt too much. We lost a few guys. You win some, you lose some. And I think with the amazing news that some of the Dondorians have decided to move in. In here, for example, there's some Dondorians in there. One of them has decided to not live his life as a homeless person. The rest of them, not so much. Okay, with our city growing, we are up to 100 population, we are making progress. We lost our first battle. I think this was a rather successful second episode, so thank you for watching and see you the next time. Goodbye.